What's happening, little man? You all right?
Hey, this is Ahmed. This is my son. Ahmed, say hey. He gets.
Doing,
My son is autistic, so yeah.
There's
Blessings.
The most brilliant people in the world.
Yeah,
the geniuses. What a blessing.
But it's a huge blessing. We moved from Saudi Arabia to the UAE so that we give him a better life. But I don't wanna take much of your time, my brother. I think we have 20-25 minutes, so I'll definitely get straight into it. And again, this is a huge honor, so let's get ready to it. Ahmed, high five. Just let me finish this. Yeah. All right, peace. All right, let's go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings to all of you guys. And man, oh man, what can I say? I'm having a really an incredible moment here. My guest today is a wordsmith. He's diverse, he's authentic, he's real, he's impactful, he's vulnerable, he's tenacious, he's reflective, he is impactful. He's somebody that impacts people with incredible words. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Ghetts. We say peace, salam. How are you, sir?
I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate that intro, man. I'm humbled.
You know, it's a huge honor to have you, right here. And again, shout out to the team, the Warner Music team, and Colette for making it happen. I'm not gonna take much of your time, but we're gonna definitely get straight into it. And I definitely want to talk to you about conflict of interest. February 19th is a historic, incredible day. But before that, I want to ask you, why hip hop? So I host Saudi's first and only FM hip hop radio show. Celebrating 10 years this June on this show.
Wicked.
And
well done.
God bless. So why hip hop? What is it about hip hop that you fell in love with?
The energy, all the different subgenres that have emerged from hip hop, and it's one big melting pot. And I feel like there was always a place for my voice and my story to be heard there. You know, I grew up with listening to people with similar stories or from similar backgrounds or that looked like me and looked like where I came from, and I immediately resonated and related with the energy of the music, you know.
Well, that's blessings. So Ghetts, February 19th, you dropped, this conflict of interest, and from anger to happiness, joy to pain. Take me through the process of your feelings at that point when it was dropped as that feelings. Obviously you work so hard to put it out to the world, and the way we consume, I think, music right now is just, we hear it as an MP3 or we hear it as a song, but there's so much thoughts, there's so much anger, pain, happiness, joy that went through it. Take me through that process of dropping such an album.
Oh, I was extremely overwhelmed to see the feedback, from many different people from different walks of life. And that's what I appreciated the most. It wasn't, my story never excluded anybody. And that's what I wanted to do mostly, let people know, no matter where you're from, we all go through similar things. It doesn't matter your skin color, it doesn't matter your background, rich or poor. Feelings are feelings. We all go through similar things. And I thought to myself, while making the album, I thought to myself, look, there's been so many years of rap, so many different artists involved. We're almost getting to a point where we're repeating the same thing over and over again. And I had to really look at myself as an individual and say, bear your truth and it will connect. Like, bear your truth, it will connect. Like, there's somebody that's going through something that you've been through, or something that you're going through that maybe doesn't have the voice that you have, but will relate to it. It will, and so to see the feedback after releasing the album, even now, it's just been a humbling experience, man. It's been so humbling.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. What was the spark for that? Like what you said right now, what was it after all these years? Why now? Why this moment?
I don't know, man. I guess God's timing is everything. They say the Lord works in mysterious ways, and I guess his timing is everything, and I guess I'm at a place where I'm way more secure within myself as a man, as a human being, where I don't care about maybe seeming vulnerable as a rapper. Like there's a lot of bravado in rap, right? But I don't know. I'm just at a place where I'm more secure as a person. So the people's bad opinions of me bother me way less than they did before, or almost not at all, you know.
I love that you said that. I mean, this is something I personally can definitely relate to in a way, because when so I host Saudi's first FM hip hop radio show, one of the most conservative countries in the world, and the first message I received, was like, you're an infidel. And then I had to continue to go on, and then right now getting messages like, you know, thank you for educating me about hip hop, or telling me that we have an Arab hip hop movement, or just changing my wrong perception about, you know, hip hop. So for me, what you said really, you know, kind of hit hard. I kind of want to talk about something. I've heard you talk about this before, but your involvement in this album, in terms of adding your input, in terms of direction or beats, is that something? How does that make you feel? Because I know that this is a moment where you let the producers and the team kind of talk to each other, which was kind of really interesting. How did that make you feel?
Yeah, amazing, because I worked with producers that are brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and geniuses in their own respective right, but maybe not had given the opportunity before conflict of interest. So I knew there was, with this project, it's more important than the music. I felt like I was almost being the catalyst for somebody else's opportunity. So I felt like even though I was the front man, it wasn't all about me. You know, that's so even to this day is something that we plan to keep sacred and keep the same energy moving forward within our team. You know, just a brilliant group of people across the board, like an amazing group of people that I couldn't wish for a better team, man. Really.
God bless. Yeah, and that's really big up, you know, of you to say that. Look, Ghetts, for me personally, it's fine wine. I was listening to this here. I tear. I play this on the radio. I don't know. There's an evolution in the track itself. It's crazy, the journey of it. But I want to salute you for it. But what for you, when you were writing this album, maybe what was the hardest thing to write, process-wise, emotionally, or technically? Was there a song that you can talk about that gave you a little bit of, or was the whole thing, you know, obviously this journey?
I'd say Fine Wine, like talking about when I was struggling with a bill and my girlfriend had to pay it. Like as a man, that feels like, you know, like it was very hard to live my own truth at that point. You know what I'm saying? But it's easier looking back and having progress from that moment and saying, okay, I'm doing this and that now, and thank God for that, because this is what's happening now. But I just felt like I had to just really live my own truths. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's like, it's humbling to see people react and say, like, yo, I felt that. Like that's real stuff. Like, you know?
And man, I think I repeat this song, especially this song and the whole album. To be honest with you, you know, brother, I salute you. I don't know, you know, like you proved a lot of things with this album yet again, and I think lyrically, you know, that wordsmith, I mean, it's just wow. But I want to kind of talk about something here that you mentioned that inspired me. That how difficult is it to be like okay with yourself? Like, is that process? Because a lot of people, for example, I'm a father for an autistic, you know, son. I host a hip hop radio show in Saudi Arabia. I'm a bit different than what the you know, what is like given here. So sometimes I do find it difficult, but I am okay with myself. And that took a process on me. It took a toll. I don't know, how is it with you? What, like, how difficult is it to be okay and comfortable with who you are?
I realized it's more powerful than anything else. I realized once you realize your own special uniqueness and your individuality, it's like a very powerful feeling when you know how special you are. When you feel different, and then you're finally at peace with the difference in you. You know what I'm saying? You're no longer trying to fit into the mold of what is. And you can just stand there and just be, you know what I'm saying? I found a lot of power in that to the point where
you don't need to fit in that world. Like you're creating your own.
Oh, I love that you said that. That's exactly. It's more powerful to create your own world, man. You know, I heard someone say once, your vibe attracts your tribe.
Facts.
And it was like, yeah, because once you are authentically you just attract other people that are authentically themselves, and you just vibe with them differently, and you're just with people that are creating their own worlds, you know what I'm saying? But the same if however you are as a person, you're gonna attract that, you know what I'm saying? However you are.
I hear you. Yeah. Okay, so I gotta tell you this. So Arabia, generally, the Middle East and North Africa, look up to London specifically about the things, and you know, generally the UK, about how you guys were able to do things. Now in Arabia, there's a lot of I wouldn't say struggle, but like for example, I'm in the UAE. There are 200 plus nationalities in the UAE. It's a very diverse place. It's hard to find a sound. What are like how beautiful or how hard was it to see the evolution of your genre, like what you went through from the beginning till now, just looking back at it? And I know you're somebody that always looks for the future because you live the past, you learn from the past, and you move. But maybe if you can take us through your world as anyone who's watching this, especially the Arab rappers, how was it back then? Did you guys imagine it's going to reach to that level, what it is today, what you were creating?
Personally, I did, but at the time I didn't. I knew it would reach heights that we'd never seen before, but I didn't know we was literally creating history while we was doing it. But I knew it would reach heights, but I didn't know that while we was doing it, we was literally right in the golden era of what would now, you know, I didn't know that, like, all those moments, I didn't know what those moments would mean to people from the outside looking in. I didn't know that.
I'm telling you, there are people that started rapping because they looked at videos for you guys. Yeah. Generally rapping back then. And it was like, you know, 15, 12, 13 years ago. And it was people rapping because of that. Not just because, not because of the, you know, the Tupacs or Biggies. There are people that think that, you know, that have you guys as, and I've met so many rappers, especially right now, that it's very diverse, you know, right here, like in terms of, especially when they see somebody who's very lyrical and making it. A lot of people, because they were trying to find the wave, and the wave is whatever it is. There's this big debate, new school, old school. And I always say, being old school doesn't make you irrelevant, in my opinion. Like, that's just my opinion. And being new school doesn't make you relevant as well. It's just where do you stand in this Ghetts?
I just want to make music that's full of substance, so it's timeless. Like, even if you're of a younger generation and you might not understand it or relate because you've not lived through some of the things. Don't get me wrong, there's some younger guys that are really tuned into a frequency, because that's what it is, it's a frequency, right? And once you're able to tune into that frequency, you have nearly a full-blown understanding of what's being said, because you're able to it's like English comprehension, being able to comprehend what this person is saying. And then once you've tapped into that, it's an amazing experience. And some people are not be able to tap into the lyrical side of things, but as time goes by, they have done, you know. So yeah,
for me it's obviously poetry. I can never even, you know, say the things that you're saying, but when you say them, like when someone like you say them, it was like, oh yeah, I knew I had that in me to understand. And that's what poets are about.
Yeah, it's a talent in itself to understand it. Like, to understand it's a talent in itself. It's not something that the everyday listener can always catch. You know what I'm saying?
I got into this whole debate like all my life, because especially in the Middle East, there's this whole talk about, we've gone through so much, I want music that just makes me forget. And I'm like, okay, cool, we can do that. But also, you want music that elevate. And this is where, for me, I don't know if you know this, but for me in 2007, I bumped into 4 Arab rappers. And I think you know one of them very well, Loki,
Yeah,
Khalil Dennis,
yeah,
and Shadi Mansour, Narsi, and Omar Effendim. These were the guys that kind of established who I am, shifted something in my mind right here, elevated it, changed me. And it was that, meeting low key. I met him in Beirut, flew over from Saudi to Lebanon just to meet him. What an incredible guy. And
yeah, yeah.
so for me, it's exactly what you said. Couple more questions for you. I know that you were in Dubai for the fire in the desert. How did that experience? Shout out to Charlie Sloth, and the fire in the booth means a lot. But how did you find it? How long did you stay here, first of all?
Literally only 24 hours. But I've visited Dubai before with my family.
How do you find it?
I loved it. I liked it. I didn't get to explore much, but it's definitely somewhere I'd be making my way back to sometime soon, man. I wish I could have stayed. I wish I could have stayed for longer, but we was literally just in the campaign mode. So we shot 2 videos. We shot
amazing.
that one.
Yeah.
And then we shot another one and left.
That's it. That's incredible. Okay, so a lot of rappers, a lot of Arab rappers find themselves comfortable more in rapping in English. And I want to take this opportunity that I have you. So they face a lot of, not criticism, but it's hard because obviously everyone is around them is understands Arabic, and they don't even, some of them don't even understand English as a mass. What sort of, when I talked to LL Cool J about this the other day, he always says, like, kind of rap you. If not lyrically, try to use sampling. Is it important to connect with the people around you? Because there's this saying as well, we make it outside. And when you make it outside, the people inside started appreciating you. So maybe from your perspective.
I think it comes back to individuality again. Obviously, when I was growing up, the rappers here used to rap American, because that's what they was exposed to. So I kind of have an understanding of what you're saying. But what's gonna happen is that there's gonna be one special person that's gonna make Arabic sound like the coldest thing anybody's ever heard, and the world's gonna react to it, and then it's gonna change the dynamic of rappers moving forward. That's how it always is. Someone does something. Special people, they do something, bravery, they do something amazing, and the impact of it changes the dynamic of how the world views music.
Wow. I love that you said that, because Arabia is a very, very big place, and in every spot I had like 10 names come in my mind right now where they're doing something special. And because in terms of even numbers, like North Africa is different than the Levant, different than the GCC, the Gulf countries, different. There's this kid, his name is Marwan Pablo, just retired last year, got back just a couple of weeks ago, he hit 10 million views on YouTube just alone from Egypt.
Crazy.
And so people connected to that. And there's this guy that we have here in the UAE that hopefully we'll meet one day. His name is Freak. He does this Arabic drill music, very inspired by what's going on in the UK, but in Arabic. And when you said what you said, connected with that a lot. And you're right, it takes one sometimes to Ghetts, I know that your family means family means a lot to you, so maybe you can tell us about how did the family react to conflict of interest, and generally, like what's their favorite song?
They're over the moon. I don't know what my mom's favorite song is, but they do really proud, because it's not just my win, it's their win as well. Like they've supported me on the whole journey. Like I'm just like everyone in my family. So it's just like to see the growth and the progression, and to see everybody playing the music. It's just amazing. 1 second, hold up. Yeah.
That's just incredible to hear. Okay, so you said that conflict of interest, you worked on it right after you kind of finished your previous work. Is that and obviously now, is it okay to say, okay, you're celebrating conflict of interest, but are you thinking about something else right now? Because I know as fans,
I started work straight away. When I finished talking to you, I'm going to work. Yeah. I'm going to.
Well, so what can we expect this year? Can we expect like 2021?
I don't know, man, because I still want it to be substance, but I spoke about so much on conflict of interest.
Oh, yeah.
I just got some living to do. You know, I got some living to do and just working things out and having more life experiences to talk about, because I don't want to go into like rapping about rapping. Like that, I don't, that's something I just don't want to do. Like my flow's this, my lyrics are this, I don't want that for me. You know, so I just gotta do some living and maybe looking at things from different perspectives that I haven't looked at them already, and just talking about stuff more people can relate to, man. Make you forget about me even being a rapper. It feels like a movie, just like conflict of interest does, you know what I'm saying?
It definitely is. It's an incredible, really, journey. I want to thank you for your time, my brother. I really want to salute you. You've impacted me. You've impacted many people, from this and all your previous work. If we open, obviously, Ghetts' phone right now, what are the artists that we can find? Like maybe just top of the mind. Who are the artists that you listen to? Go ahead.
One second. I'm going in my iTunes right now.
Nice.
Hold on. So, 1 second.
That's cool.
Blind. It Is What It Is, album by Thundercat. Just recently won a Grammy.
Grammys. Yeah. Oh man. So you like your R&B, I guess.
You know what the truth is? I hardly listen to rap. I hardly listen to grime. I hardly listen to rap. There's people that put out, cause I'm more of a bodies of work man. I like artists that make bodies of work. So I've got to wait for my favorite artist to make those bodies of work. Then I get back into it. But on my normal day to day, it's like a lot of R&B.
I love that. All the greats say that. Like really, I love that you said that. You confirmed that theory for me. You confirmed it. Are you familiar with any Arab rappers? Like I know Loki is Iraqi, but are you familiar with any?
I'm not, and I was gonna ask you if you could send me a few to my DM after, so I could just like I have a listen, because I like, I believe music's a universal language. Just the vibe and it can be translated into anything, even if I don't really understand what's being said. Vibe can translate that for me, man. So
I'd love to. Of course, I'll definitely send you I'll do a playlist for you specifically.
I'd appreciate that. Thank you. I really would appreciate that.
For sure. Ghetts, I want to thank you again for your time. I wish I can meet you, inshallah, one day soon. And
100%, my guy.
Any last words you'd like to say to all your followers in the Middle East, in North Africa? Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, man. Keep the world in your prayers, man. Keep the world in your prayers. Everybody's going through turbulent times right now, and I just feel like sometimes we don't do enough praying. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we lose faith, sometimes we lose belief. But one day things will no longer be like this. It will no longer be like this.
Man, and I love that. Ghetts, thank you so much for being on Buckle Up, and shout out to you, my brother. Peace and love and blessings to you. And we say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Love and respect, my bro. Take care, man. Good to speak to you.